Hi and welcome. We're going to be creating some fabulous ephemera, some do-it-yourself frames, beautiful vintage inspired ones, just perfect for our junk journals. Today I have a tutorial that I hope you'll enjoy. I've been searching for these Anna Griffin's dies and they're cut and embossed frames and they're absolutely gorgeous. And they're $100 for the 3 different frames. That's Australian, and I'd have to get them from the US. So my beautiful friend in America sent these to me. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I thought, how could I recreate this sort of frame to put in my junk journals? So that's where I'm headed today. First up, I've chosen my papers. And this one's a piece of photo album paper from the 1930s. Then I've got some pianola paper, and I've also double-sided it. I've got some nice antique music papers, pearlized cardstock, a bit of linen cardstock, and another piece of pianola paper. Now, this is the time you need to pull out your embossing folders. It's amazing what we can do with some of these to create our frames and also to create some texture and some really lovely patterns. So pull out all those unused embossing folders and let's see how we go. These two have especially turned into something special. They're a Kaiser Craft brand. I'm not quite sure if that's just Australian, but these are an embossing folder and they're like a frame. So they're certainly going to be really wonderful in what we're going to accomplish today. Also, I've been looking for these little Sizzix frames. They are a discontinued item and I found them. They were actually brand new. They were $2, which is just crazy. So I'm going to be using these ones as well. So first up, I'm going to run my papers through the machine and emboss all of these papers with different embossing folders. I've then just used this plain rectangle ordinary die that's just a frame, and I've put it on top of the embossed paper, and that's created a really lovely embossed frame. But wait, it's going to get better than this. So another thought came to me that I'd really like some pictures in the middle of them. I'd like them to look like some old vintage photos perhaps. So I grabbed some of the cabinet cards. I've got some of these prints on Etsy if you're interested. And I'll just cut it down, pop it in this embossing folder. Now I'm going to line it up with the vacant space in the middle of the embossing folder. You may have to tape it in place, but if you just carefully line it up and then run it through, this is going to create an outline. And the outline is going to make it super easy for you to cut around it and then have it accurately fit the base of what you've embossed. So stick with me. We're just going to cut it from the back also. That is my tip. Flip it over, cut it on the reverse. You'll be able to clearly see the outline, and this is going to give you a super accurate picture. So next up, I'm going to use some different vintage and antique papers. This one's a old antique piece of dictionary paper. Can be very brittle, so I do tend to back them on a piece of scrapbooking paper or whatever you may have, something that little bit thicker. Probably 100 GSM would be perfect. This one's an 1800s piece of ledger paper, so I'm just going to cut down exactly what I need, and I've also backed it. I'll just speed this bit up. This is just running the picture through the press that I just showed you, and sometimes I run them through twice, and it just really gives a definite embossed effect. And just turning it over, we can really see that cut line. So this one's just going to turn out so cute, and I'll just give you the finished product in just a second. So just super quick, we're going to just pop some distress ink. My favourite's tea dye in the distress inks, and we're just going to go around, and that's going to cancel out that white edge. And then just simply a little bit of glue and place the image in the heart. And it's just perfection. I've got quite a few ideas to do with this heart actually, and I'm sure you'll see it coming up in one of my works very shortly. So just using a very flat motion, we're going to apply the distress ink across the top of the embossed pattern, and that's going to help make that raised effect that bit more noticeable. And then around the corners and around the edges, And different picks give such different effects also. So this is another one of my handy little hints. If you like making journals and journal covers from scratch, these two here just look absolutely fabulous, layered on the front of your journal covers. So I'll just run through how I did that. So I grabbed this one and I ran some of that thicker old vintage cardboard from an album through, which gave me this shape, and then I cut around it. I embossed it with a little bit of distress ink, and then this folder here, I did the same thing. So I've embossed the cardboard, and then I have used a bit of distress ink around the edges, and then I've placed some brads in each corner. So this will be the bottom layer, and then also what I use is tea-dyed paper. And I run it through the embossing folders, use a bit of distress ink, and that's going to pick up that texture. And it'll give me a really lovely layer to use as the base below those other pieces on the front of my journal. Of course, I need to trim it down, but this is just a real quick example of something else that you could be using to create journal covers with real interest and lovely layers. A super quick overview: journal cover, I would place the tea-dyed paper on top. Of course, I'd trim it before I used it. And then I would just put these layers down and perhaps a little photo, a little frame on the top. And then I would use a little bit of lace, and that would be the beginning of a journal cover. So just another simple little idea to use. This piece is really quite lovely. It's from the vintage album. It's come out really beautifully, and now I'm adding some dies. They're just the outlines, and then I've gone and found some ovals that I've put in the centres, and that's created some more little frames. So I'm just going to run through my top pick for today. Now, I really love these Craft embossing folders that are sort of like a frame, and they've turned out really beautifully with the pictures in the centre. Just really lovely vintage feel. I've made these other ones that I can either put a picture in or just have a tuck spot. This one's pianola paper. And then these frames galore. Just so many options of what you can make. Once you get started, you won't be able to stop, and it gives you a whole new outlet for all those embossing folders and dies that you've ceased using. I hope this mini tutorial has inspired you. If it has, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Meg.